I've been making my payments under a modification with the bank. Do I have to defend my foreclosure? I'm Steve Kramer of the Kramer Law Firm. I'm a Florida foreclosure defense attorney. And the answer is yes, you absolutely must continue to defend your foreclosure. My advice is don't believe anything that the bank or the lender says unless you have it in writing. Meaning unless you've got a deal, a signed contract, don't believe it, because I've defended too many cases where my clients were making modification payments either before or after they hired me, and the bank tried to pull a fast one. I've had cases where my clients were making modification payments. They said, you know, Steve, we don't need you anymore. We're fine now. And I said, all right, watch out. And then next thing you know, I'm hearing from them because after we got out of the case, the bank went and got a judgment against them and sold their house out from under them while they were making modification payments. The bottom line is you've got to get in writing. This is especially important with a trial modification. What does that mean? When you first do a modification with the bank, you're doing a trial modification. It's not permanent. It's 3, 6, 9 months, whatever. But at the end of that time, they don't have to make it permanent. They get to make the call. Even if you fit in their little box of criteria to get a modification, ultimately they get to decide, is it more profitable to foreclose or more profitable to do modification? That's their call. They get to make that decision. And you've got to watch yourself because you don't want to have your house sold out from under you, especially when you're making payments. I've had many cases, horror stories, where I've had to come in after this has happened and clean up the mess. The bottom line is, don't make the same mistake. Defend the foreclosure until the day that the case is dismissed, because only then will you know for sure that the case is closed. Why am I telling you this? Because I've had too many cases, too many clients that have faced this issue, and you need to know about this. Call me below if you'd like to talk about it. I'd be glad to answer your questions. Also, if you're watching this video on Facebook or YouTube, click the like button. This way you can share this information with your friends and family. Thanks for watching. I'm Steve Kramer of the Kramer Law Firm.